all independent. I have a streaming service. You know, I'm not going to try to fit into an industry. I'm going to go in on my own terms. I always work with corporate, but on my own terms. You know how corporate is. They leverage your nuts off. They wait till you're super duper broke, and then you get in there, and they buy you when you can't pay, when the lights are coming off.
Yes, they do.
And then they get a creative agency to give them a soul and a pulse, and then they license everything. That's corporate. You know, that's what they do. It's dollars and cents. You know, I don't fit into that world of just black and red. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes there's things you do as a lost leader because you just love it. Like I had a motor oil just because I wanted to say I make oil. So I could call myself a tycoon, but also so my son could throw raves in an oil factory, and I have it all on tape. You know what I'm saying? Wow. You know, I opened up art galleries all over the world to bring creative collectives together so we could just learn how to do things on our own. Yeah. And in that way, yes, you got to make money off shit, but Jimi Hendrix records were 7 minutes long. They didn't fit a format. So you don't want to stifle art just because it has to be monetized. I want to see that art. And I'm sick of corporate doing that. They kill art because of money. And I want people to put culture and art first and then monetize that, as opposed to always trying to leverage and kill the artist, fuck their spirit up, and then move on to the next, because that's what corporate does.
What did you say that the record industry, the music industry is like?
They're just corny.
It's a machine that uses people and squeezes them like an orange, and when they're done, they throw it away. And there's the next one coming.
They take a young artist who has never had money before, and put a lot of money in their face. They don't understand the business.
And please explain this so that these young ones understand the future. How it works.
Well, they sign in. Well, now it's real fucked up because of the 360 deal, which Lior created, who's now running music at fucking YouTube, which I think there should be some accountability. But, you know, they sign an artist and they say, I want a third of your show, a third of your likeness. I want 90% of your master. You now have to ask me anytime someone wants to work with you or use your name or your visual. And, you know, we give you some money up front. And for that, it's like $1 million or whatever it may be. And they keep you in debt. And when you make that back, they give you a little more money and they keep dangling that, but you become a slave to them. But really what should happen is you should be able to make your own record. You can put it out on your own. You can make your own videos. You don't need nobody for that because it's digital. And then have somebody do your shows and get 100% of your show and 100% of your merch. And someone should show you how to do it as opposed to robbing you. See, that's what I did. I showed Jay-Z how to do it. I showed Kanye how to do it. I showed Kevin Hart how to do it. It doesn't make business sense for me to educate the people I'm robbing or making money off of, because logically they're going to cut out the middleman. But I put my consciousness and my respect for them over my greed for have money to educate them so that they could go do and be them on their own.
That's what the show's about.
That's what Kanye is. That's what Kevin Hart is. I discovered Kevin Hart. I took him off a stage and I personally directed his first 2 movies. And then taught him, go ahead, do your own shit. And he blew up because he was putting his own movies out. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. My actions, the action I'm talking about are the people that walk around with, those are feathers in my cap of people I've educated in knowing their self-worth and being a powerful, like taking their voice and doing something with it. Even when it's right or wrong, they still have a voice. I've given us that power. That's control. And that's what's scary to everybody.
It is when you.
But that's sacrifice.
When you can control,
that's sacrifice. When you educate people so you don't rob them no more. That's real sacrifice. I did that.
That's what the show's about.
You asked them what I did.
That's exactly what the show is about.
You ask them why they all million and on Forbes, all of them. My man talking about, yo, Adidas made me a billionaire, sitting across from, even though he's bugging a little, but he's still doing it. He's in front of Trump saying that shit. You understand? That was a dream he told me about. I made it happen. I'm about that action. And I let him do it without me having to get $1 of it. Once you get on, go fly, Pelican, fly. I go do my own thing. Make my own book. Do it on my own. No favors. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's manning up.
Yeah. And don't you feel like it comes back around?
It does. I'm not mad at it. Yeah. I was just letting you know. He said, I want to see action. And I was like, yo, bro, you talking to Mr. Action. You know what I mean?
I would call you Mr. Time because I feel like, you know, hearing you talk about the things that you invest in, you're actually investing in time. You're investing in time with your family, time with your kids. So instead of them doing these things,
it's appreciating time.
Yeah.
How much when you're sitting there? So let's say